basic setup that we use for this is a sweet beaver is the bait of choice for almost everybody out here. And this is it here. This color happens to be green pumpkin. And weight, 1 to 1.5 ounce pegged. You can see I've got a few peggets jammed in there so it doesn't slide up and down the line on you. A really stout hook. That's really important that the hook doesn't bend out, because a lot of times you'll be bringing a 3 or 4 pound bass through with 30 pounds of vegetation and grass and all kinds of stuff on there. So having a stout hook is really important for that. I'd like to own a rigging hook, 5/0. It works really well for this particular bait. The reason the bass like to be up underneath this stuff is really twofold. One, it will protect them from the bright sunlight and predators and things of that nature. And two, on a chilly day like we have today, the mat will actually bottle in the heat, similar to the way clouds do when we have a storm come through. And right now the water's cooling off, you know, pretty rapidly, about 1 degree or 2 a day, and the fish are burying up under the really thick mats because the temperature is cooling off a lot slower than it is out in the open water with the wind blowing on it.
Josh Palmer, who fished with Sean today, has been solid all year, and now he owns the title of Angler of the Year on the non-boater side.
I'm really excited to get Angler of the Year because I've had the chance to fish with guys like Russ Meyer, Sean, Richard Smith, Mike Reynolds, guys that are well known throughout the bass community, and this paid off. Fishing this circuit, I've learned a lot, and I hope to use it later on myself when I have a chance. Larry puts on a great show, and he's always had a barbecue tri-tip dinner for us, and we're really happy to fish it.
What a nice fish, yeah.
Big fish of the tournament went to Jim Novotny with this largemouth weighing in at just over 7 pounds.
Hey, weren't you?
Well, this is what I caught the 7-pounder on. First thing in the morning off the island top. Ate it real good and was able to get her in. She was the only fish I caught on the spook or a topwater this morning. And it happens to be the same place that my non-boater yesterday broke off a fish. So I should have checked the throat, but I'll bet anything it was probably the same fish he cooked yesterday.
Jim came into this tournament a top contender for Angler of the Year, but was this big fish and a 6th place finish enough to hold off Russ Meyer and Dan Castellano for Angler of the Year?
You know these names here, you've heard these names. The guys that were in contention were Dan Castellano, Russ Meyer, and Jim Novotny. And Jim Novotny was able to edge out Russ Meyer by 2 points. Jim, come on up here, our Angler of the Year.
Well, thank you, Larry. Again, thanks for putting on a great tournament. I really had not a real good year. I had some good finishes, but I just pretty much stayed steady the whole time. The trick for me was just being versatile and really junk fishing. And this year it worked out for me. It was a very close race. I thought for sure Russ was going to take it away, and it just worked out.
When visiting the California Delta, stay at the Hampton Inn and Suites, where there's plenty of room for boats and fishermen are welcome.
And the rooms are great, and they've been treating us really well.
Call or visit online for more information. West Coast Bass would like to thank Russo's Marina for their support. When at Russo's, stop in at the Hook, Line, and Sinker. There's a great tackle selection, snacks, and hot coffee. Visit Russo's Marina online at russosmarina.com.